Hi guys, Shaun from Optics. So today we're carrying on with our recap of our old videos, and we're going to take a look at the IOR Recon 4-28 and just basically compare it against its current position in the marketplace, its price point, and sort of who its competitors are now, and whether it's still one of the best scopes in the world really, and when you take into account the bang for its buck that it offers. So I'm going to quickly run over the features and then give you my opinion on how it sits and what its competitors are doing. So we've got fast focus diopter adjustment, nice and easy to adjust there. We've got the new IOR branding. This has come in 2020 and it's slightly changed, a little more subtle. We've got the 4-28x magnification just marked here on the eyepiece, and we have the IOR Bucharest logo just located here. We then move forward onto the cat's tail magnification ring, and this is a 4-28x magnification. We then move forward onto the main tube. It's a 40mm main tube, still offering some of the biggest adjustment ranges available in the market. It's 120 MOA or about 35 MRAD of internal adjustment, which is huge, plenty enough for shooting out to extreme distances and exactly what this rifle scope has been designed for. So it's very well paired. We then move on to the saddle. You see the large coil erector spring, nothing's changed there, and that's the area you don't touch. You've then got the illumination turret, and we've got 11 steps and it's rear stat, and basically it just goes from 1 to 11 and there is no off switch in between. So once it's on, you have to turn it all the way back to off. We go on to the elevation drum, and is a 0.1 mil rad click. They still haven't made this in an MOA scope, unfortunately, just because the market is definitely moving towards 0.1 mil rad. I would say 4 years ago or 3.5 years ago when we first reviewed this scope, there was definitely a lot of customers looking to go MOA, and during this period of time and coming back to this scope, we've definitely seen a lot more people moving away from MOA and going to mil rads, and this is just simply down to the calculations being a lot easier to perform. So this has always been a mil rad scope, and to be honest, I can see it just continuing in this format. We also have the dual indicator located on the elevation drum, which is this dial here, which I'm simply turning, and this allows the shooter to set a secondary point, which they often use. So if the shooter zeroes at 100 meters and the turret is bottomed out on the 100 meter zero, they could then have the secondary 0 point indicator set at say 300, which is a range that would often shoot at. They can simply have this set, and from the 100-yard zero, simply just turn to that marking, and it just offers an element of speed when out in the field for a range that you're shooting at often. So that's a nice feature. IOR still offer as well on this rifle scope the zero stop. We then go on to the windage, still the same as previously. So it's again marked red for left movement, and it's marked white for right movement. So very visual and easy to understand after a long day of shooting. We've got barrel focus on this rifle scope as well, and this is one of the main features that makes the IOR Recon so good, is this barrel focus. It allows to keep the optical quality extremely good. It's got focus down to 8 meters, so very short distances, so you could even put this in on an air rifle, making it a complete all-rounder. You could use this out to 1,500, 2,000 yards, and then you could also put this onto an FX air rifle, for instance, and shoot it at 25 meters. It really is as versatile as that. In terms of where it sits in the marketplace, you are still getting German shot glass, a huge amount of internal adjustment, impeccable tracking, great illumination, and all the features that you simply would see on a lot of scopes now retailing at 3,000 plus at a £2,000 price point. Its main competitor now is the Vortex Razor, and this is down to the 4.5 to 27 being introduced at around £2,000. So this has made the Vortex Razor its main competitor, but I would still say side by side the Recon edges it slightly, but it's definitely personal preference on that. You could have the Vortex Razor lined up and you could have the IOR Recon lined up, both as a blind test, and you could have 10 shooters go up and look at both of them, and you could have an equal split between one saying the Recon is better and one saying the Razor is better. They definitely have a different colour and a different kind of image, just down to the fact that the Razor is made in Japan and using different glass to what the IOR is using, and the IOR is very much a darker image but it offers a lot higher contrast, whereas the Vortex Razor is a lot more of a bright and white image. So that's one of the main and easiest ways to describe the image differences between the two. Both, again, like I said on this, has impeccable tracking. The Vortex Razor is extremely good as well and used by a lot of people around the world. So that sort of gives you a recap on the IOR Recon. A slightly longer video today, but there's a lot of information on this Recon, and I just wanted to sort of give you why this is still one of the best rifle scopes at sub £2,000. If you want any more information on the Recon, the rest of the IOR products, or even the Vortex Razor that I mentioned, head on to the website, give us a call, drop us an email, or alternatively comment below and we'll make sure we get back to you. See you later, guys.